Alright, so the approach to Avion is roughly about a minute. It should take you about 40 some odd seconds to set up the approach. And the approach looks like this. So spam start through the loading screen, so we skip the cutscene. You want to start moving forward, toggle to your bow, and then do a very, very, very light jump. You're going to want to kind of aim your camera towards like the E of the remaining time. That's where you kind of want to just like roll. So I'm holding both the camera and my movement. I wait till it's really close to the end to get that. I'm gonna kind of aim for this little patch right here. Hold L1 when you're charging that, and it will automatically target Avion every time. That is the setup. After that, it's just about getting up to his wing. So there's a couple of tricks that you can do depending on what way he's going to bank. So he flapped 3 times. He's banking right, which sucks. Which means that it's actually going to be kind of a tough fight. So you have a chance of Wander actually losing his grip while he's trying to like get the stabs in. Now you can't roll on Colossi Fur most of the time unless you actually already start a roll. So in order to kind of start a roll on Avion, you kind of got to be on like a stone flesh. And then that way you can get a roll in. Be able to grip. Yep, barely just got on there. So he's gonna flap a couple of times. You can kind of skip to the tail if you get lucky, or if you decide, or Avion decides to clip you down to his freaking lower part of his wing. That's always nice. So walk, switch. Oh, that was too heavy of a jump. The lower part of the fence you can actually kind of clip through. So that's what we try to aim for. Is that lower part of the fence that we can just kind of clip through. If you jump too high, you'll do what I did and you'll hit like a wall, which will slow me down. I'll probably get up to Avion and on him around 50 instead of 47 like I did last time. Actually, yeah. So it was about 3 seconds slower. See what I mean about banking right? It banks right, it sucks. So this is one of the things I was talking about with RNG. He is actually an RNG boss, at least for the beginning. And then throughout it with the flapping, it really depends on where he is on the map. A question that you may have would be if you're swimming and stuff like that, why are you swimming underwater? It's faster movement. Why do you not let the grip meter go down to completely zero while you're underwater? It's because Wander will waste time by resurfacing and then charging the entire grip meter, so that way he can like breathe. So you don't want to do that. You want to get close, but not all the way through. Yeah, that was a really bad attempt. That was a really bad roll. So he does 3 flaps. So there's 1, 2. You can easily move out of the second one. And 3. In a good position, you can kind of drop off. Now, when he banks left, you can do something called a wing drop. Looks a little bit like this. If you're, when you get better at it, you can actually drop right onto the sigil. Saves a decent amount of time. We're actually going to try to do a tail drop. Almost. Now the sigil on his tail is super long. Like, as you can tell, I'm nowhere near it, but it's still hitting for maximum damage. And there, that is a nice clean Avion. This, I hold L1 and R1, I hold the controller upside down, and then I basically hold up on this while I'm moving, because once again you move faster underwater, and then for your splits and stuff like that, I always split whenever I get hit with the tentacles. So you can only really get that that kind of wing drop. You can sort of kind of wing drop on right, but on our bank right, but it's much more difficult. And there's a high chance for error. I think it's probably because he's moving at a worse angle than he is when he's moving, when he banks left. So bank left, you can get that wing drop. Banking right, you can kind of go for it, but it's a little bit different approach, and it's far more risky. So you know that every time that he banks right, you're definitely going to be losing time if you got a really nice bank left section or segment for your speed run. I got a bank left. There's still a wing drop after it, which looks like a long delay. Nope. Alright, so it needs to be done the first time that he does it. You live, you learn. So this is all a matter of getting up there faster. Getting knocked down is kind of what sucks. I could have gotten that roll off a little bit sooner. Yeet. Oh, I missed. I didn't read the right camera angle. How could I have done that? Yeah, that was a pretty good bail moment. I don't know why I keep trying to do like the wing drop after missing the first setup. I feel like I want it to happen again. I want to feel like if there's a way to recover it. But I just think that there isn't. I kind of want to figure out what is the minimum amount of stamina you have to pour into that. Gotta bank right. I was moving pretty good too. Stabilize. Now this is a 50-50 shot, I'll drop. Yep. That's just what happens sometimes. If you stab him at a spot when he's banking, sometimes the amount of time it takes for Wander to recollect and grab, you're already upside down. So he just can't grab you. Like there's no way. That happens sometimes in just runs where, even in the weirdest spots where you're fairly certain that your grip is not gonna, like, you're not gonna lose it, you know. Avion is kind of notorious for that. He's kind of a run killer. Because obviously, you know, if you fall off of him, it takes a whole, like, anywhere from about 1 minute to a minute and a half to get to another place where you could set up. Falling in there doesn't affect I actually don't know if I'll be able to get the wing drop on this. I didn't get it as soon as I normally do. Kinda. Kinda, sort of, but not really. Okay, I'll drop. Yep, not bad. 205. Without a proper wing drop actually cuts close to about 10 to 15 seconds off. You don't have to manipulate, you don't have to like run around, stuff like that. You can just like jump on it and stab it. As you saw, like my best time for this is like 144, and that's where I got a perfect wing drop. From like one edge to the other edge, stabbed, and then from that edge to the like midway in the tail. Yeah, it's just about 20 seconds slower. But that's a little bit because I didn't get the first jump stab in, and then I had a little bit of stumbling on the wing because while he was flapping and stuff like that, I was trying to reposition myself, trying to get myself on the sigil. So let's talk wing drop. Wing drop is a complicated maneuver that you can only really do reliably and consistently on a left bank. So when he banks left, what you're going to do is you're going to let go when he's about this high, and you're going to hold left up until the point when you pass his middle, like his little like head and crest area, and then you're going to hold like upright. So that way you can get back to where he is. It kind of doesn't matter where your camera is, but I try to keep the camera where Avion's body is like straight down the center. So that way I have a nice little like setup for the wing drop. So let's kind of put this in motion. Let's hope that he does the left bank. The later that you press right, the farther down you'll drop. But there is a chance that you will completely overshoot it. Unless I can actually get up on him. Yeah, we got a left bank. Good job. There you go. This is bad. And press the wrong button. See, that's what happens when you hold it too long. It's kind of. I was trying to find a good time to show that, but I was like, might as well just show it now. So you see how like he was forced to get the full breath, or well, the full stamina bar back. A lot of the bank right Avion is a lot of risk. You kind of have to push a little bit harder to see if you can't get a faster time to cut down on the time loss. And what? He hesitated there like he was supposed to grab, but he just didn't. The power of the Avion troll. That one is actually something that Wonder is supposed to grab. He's supposed to grab on that spot. I could have been a couple of pixels off, so it could have been my fault. Yes, The Last Guardian is a part of the series. It's actually supposed to be the end of their kind of universe with this world. So, Eco, Shadow of the Colossus, and Last Guardian. I think they waited long enough. Ico was actually planned to be a PlayStation 1 game, but we all know that the PlayStation 1 wouldn't have been able to handle that thing. I mean, hell, the PlayStation 2 wouldn't have been able, or barely handled Shadow of the Colossus. What they did is, they planned Eco for, left, right. They planned Eco for PlayStation 1, but it came out on PlayStation 2. I feel like they should have planned Shadow of the Colossus for PlayStation 3 because the hardware actually supports it a lot better than the PlayStation 2 did. And so, Last Guardian was actually planned for PlayStation 3, but given how hard that they overhauled the graphics and everything, I'm glad that they waited for PlayStation 4 and to actually get a solid kind of baseline for the system. Since the system's been out for about almost 3 years now, they needed that time. Plus, they were working on their other project. Sony wanted a launch title for them, and they made Knack. Knack did, but it was rushed. They've had other good titles, but this series is their pride and joy. You know, they spend so much time world building and having nice artful direction and all that stuff. So it's definitely worth it. I'm still excited that we get it in general. Why did my mouse stop working? Are these batteries really dead? I doubt these batteries are dead. They are semi-brand new batteries. I just think it's the connector. Oh, come on. Oh, I'll try this out. I'll put new batteries in. If it's the batteries, I'll be like, okay, fine. But I doubt it's the batteries. I was under the impression that they had anticipated it for a launch title, but they decided to wait on it.